Yeah, well, you've done much of the show, and how you feeling about Atlanta?
Well, I haven't been to Atlanta in about 15 years
Yeah, I
or more.
remember.
So it's beautiful to come back home. Go to the ground base where all the real fans and real supporters are like yourself.
Yes.
We've been trotting for a very long time.
Yeah, we're still doing it. We're still doing
Still doing it, and still looking young.
Yes,
Still trying to stay, relevant, in any form or fashion. That's why I got into radio and into music production, which led me back here.
So what about the song, Full Extreme? Where did that inspiration come from?
Well, it's a funny thing about music.
Right.
Music don't lie. You are grabbing you when you least expect. And the song came based on just a bass line I was hearing in my head, and I took out my phone and I recorded it.
Wow,
And,
just so?
Yeah.
iPhone or Android?
I think it's Android. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh boy, yeah, Android. So with that, I told the guys, a part of Ultimate Rejects, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna, do a little vintage track, because these days people kind of getting back into the vintage sound.
Yes.
Because we have tried all different elements. Music is a revolution, and many times you may abandon something and it comes back. So the music, just it came to me, and I said, let me do the honest thing, let me do the real thing, and just go with it. And from the bass line, I put the drum patterns together. And when I put the drum patterns together, it was reminiscent of a Winston Bailey, the Mighty Shadow type of song.
You can feel it.
Yeah, and that's a kind of organic song. That's the way music used to sound 40 years ago.
And I think it's gonna come back too.
That's gonna come back.
Yeah.
And with that, I ran it by the head mix master engineer of Ultimate Rejects, Johan C. And just like I said on stage,
Madman, right?
Yes, man.
Yes.
He does a lot of mastering, a lot of mixing
I know the man.
for music all over the place. And then when he heard it, he said, Max, they go dead. Basically, that's what he said. And I was looking at him running around the studio like a mad person, and I'm looking at him saying, for real, I really think so? Because I've had experiences where, I've come up with songs that, I feel good about, and the result, it doesn't go anywhere. And that's life, But there was something special about it. I heard the instrumental, you didn't hear the lyrics. So when I started to sing the lyrics, right, they were so catchy. He ran out of the studio and came back and said, I have an instant headache right now. And I'm telling you, they go dead.
Wow.
Yeah. And one of the members, while we were recording it, he said, this could be the road march. He said it while we were recording it. And I looked at him and I said, early days yet. Let's just get the recording done. Make sure that it has that nostalgic, warm sound so people can appreciate it.
Yes.
And if it goes there, it goes there. If it doesn't go there, we know we have a good song. And the Ultimate Rejects, we wanted a song to represent the brand. And, we kind of specialize in Caribbean dance music, which is more like what Major Leagues and they do.
Oh, right.
Which is that, Caribbean type of song with electronic vibes. Our goal one day is to play in a major festival like, a Ultra or a Tomorrowland, featuring the songs of the Caribbean. In a more organic kind of way. So that is what Ultimate Rejects is about. We're a DJ production performing unit. We're not a soca band or a soca unit, but we're from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We're soca and steel band and mass and carnival. So also we must include that. It's like, okay, I have a ready-made audience who has known me for 20 years. Yep. I'm not going to leave them behind when I go on a new journey.
Right.
Because it's like you're alienating them. It's like you're depriving them of something. Whether they like it or not, you're depriving them of something if they choose to go to the own without the support or without them being aware. And many times when we as artists do stuff, we feel like, okay, it's something fresh, something different, but we need the support. And we need the masses to hear it so that they can form their own opinion. And sometimes, there are people, the middleman stands in the way and tells the public that, hey, ain't nothing going on with this artist, or whatever this artist is doing it's not cool. So people form their own opinion based on one person's opinion, which is the middleman.
Yes.
So now the middleman has to kind of know his place. He has to know that hey, you're a facilitator, you're a broadcaster. You are here to feed the masses what's going on with the artists so that the people can form their own opinion. If they don't like what you're doing, all we can do is go back to the drawing board and bring something new to the table again, or take a step back and say, okay, let me give them more of this and more like that. It becomes like you're cooking a pot of food.
Yes.
Yes. Not everybody's going to like our taste, right? But nevertheless, that can't stop me from doing what I'm doing. Eventually, you'll realize that, hey, there is a crowd that will like this particular type of taste or this particular type of song that we're talking about music. So that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to push the envelope. The world needs to know.
Right.
And that is what we want to do as a unit, as the Ultimate Regions.
Wow. But see that song, Full Extreme? I think that's the most remixed song I have seen in my life. I've seen about 100 remixes.
Literally.
Oh my
Literally.
God.
And, we didn't expect that because at the end of the day, the original was so strong.
Yes.
Right? It's like if you're going to touch it, you have to make it different, and not go down the road of the original.
Right.
And a lot of people did that.
Yes.
Willie Chin did something totally different. He sped it up to
Sped it up real
155,
bad.
and it worked. Because the first time we did it was in an event on Carnival Thursday called C'est La Vie in Trinidad. It's good that, our people, the West Indian people, and the people in the Americas, and I just got a video from Japan. So it's already down there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's been down there a long time.
Yep.
And four corners of the globe, that is what we want to do. We want to push the music. We don't want to see it as a soca song.
Right.
Because that will be,
in a little box.
Yes, it is a song.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in any genre you put forth a song, when you start saying it's this song, then you're trying to direct it towards one market. Because you don't know, a hip-hop producer might be listening, a station or flying to one of the islands and hear a song and get inspiration off of that. He may want to get the acapella for that. You don't know. When you go to the studio and you're creating, don't put your mind only on, the people who you're going to most likely perform the song for.
Right.
Think outside of that, beyond that. Destroy the box, as a matter of fact. Just write a proper song and then say, okay, the song will sound best in this particular genre. And that's what I did. When I was writing this song, I wasn't looking at it as, oh, we're going to mash up the carnival or we're going to take a title. Just write a beautiful song that kids 3 years old
Sing.
people 93 years old could sing.
You have to beat in there for them too.
Yes. Kept it on that moderate tempo where everybody could enjoy it. It's what you call dance music. People really dance to it.
I have one question for you. Do you think your song, the lyrics, is like a social commentary?
It's in between. The opening line was based on me, because I made myself get way out of control in terms of my fitness level.
Yeah.
Right? From the age of 25 to 3 years ago, I was way out of control. So I decided, okay, I'm a kid now, time to get fit.
Blessings.
Right? Blessings to the kid. Shabby is his name. After the great Shabby Hernandez.
Yes,
bless the youth, And with him, I said, okay, this is an individual who's going to look up to me, and he's going to look up to other people. He's going to be influenced by things of the world, but it needs to start with me, in our household, as a man, to try to show him how to be the best man he's supposed to be, not who I want him to be. And my dad did the same thing for me. I can tell people my dad is 68 years old and hasn't put on a pound since I've known him.
Wow.
Which is 38 years. So trust me. Right? He used to run marathons, he was in the military. So I said to myself, all right, let me press the reset button. And let me try and do something for me.
For yourself, yes.
And to my surprise, my entire community started looking at me and saying, wow, you're getting fit. you know, and your inspiration, because every day you come home from work, you take this time off for yourself to do this. Because I didn't go to the gym. You know, I do this in my yard all the time. You know, yesterday I worked out in my hotel room. Yeah, before I had a performance. You know, there are no rest days, no off days for me. So the first line, I'm feeling good, like a new machine.
Exactly.
That was it. That's the most honest 2 lines in the song. And then after that, I said, like, morning dew, pressure on the sea.
Well, everybody, a lot of people can relate to that first line.
Yeah. And then in the second verse, I spoke about how we are as West Indians. You know, even though tough times are here or tough times are ahead, we don't necessarily go into our hole and, you know, say, wow, oh gosh, no money, no job, no this. We are not like that. We are resilient. So the parties are not gonna, you know, dwindle down that much. You know, people still gonna go there and celebrate life. So a lot of people took it like, you know, what you're saying. You're saying people, you know, we just are happy-go-lucky people. But what they don't understand in history, when times were tough, entertainment came to the rescue. But when there was a Great Depression, entertainment came to the rescue. Back in the days where the Roman Empire, when people were suffering and things, they had gladiatorial games so that people could be entertained, you know, not only as a distraction, but to let people have something else to say to themselves, okay, life is not over, you know. We can find ways, you know, to still enjoy ourselves. To the excess, maybe not, you know, because times are hard, you know, but still, you have to live life. It's like, okay, there's a crime situation going on in Trinidad and Tobago. That doesn't stop airplanes from flying in and out of Trinidad and Tobago. People from visiting their families in Trinidad and Tobago. People going by a bar drinking a beer in Trinidad and Tobago. People smiling when the sun comes up in Trinidad and Tobago. That doesn't stop them from going to work. That doesn't stop them from walking on the same street that has these so-called criminals. That doesn't stop them, because life is something that is constant. I can't stop because there's so much evil around. Then I might as well stay caged up. So my song was not about criticizing people or way of life, but it's to show that, yeah, we know times are hard, we know things are difficult, but we could still have that release, you know, but also send a message, if you want to call it, that hey, we need to take things seriously as well, without coming down.
But we look for that release too, eh? We look for that release.
Yeah. Life is not about always walking the straight line, you know. Sometimes you have to deviate, sometimes you make a detour, sometimes you take a shortcut, sometimes you learn your lesson from making a shortcut or going the whole way, right? And it's your life, you know, and music is a life. So, you know, the song came from the most honest place, and it was not about, you know, any other, you know, negative things or trying to highlight the negative. Just pure music, pure magic.
Okay, one more question. Do you think that song, the lyrics again, could be in a calypso competition?
Of course.
Just for the lyrics, with, you know, some kind of acoustic.
Of course. You know, at the Calypso Fraternity, they endorsed it 150%. Yeah, all the elder bards, you know, and all the Tuco, the organization in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, they endorsed it from the first day they heard it, you know, the National Carnival, you know, commission. They had parties, and when that song came on, it's like people kept going by the DJ and saying, play it over and over and over. I got all this from DJs played at the event, you know, so, you know, at the end of the day, people were happy to see that I was back in the game, or where they want to see me. And in life, you have to understand this. You can't be the same place all the time. You can't be where people expect to see you. If I come into the league, right, and I just have a mid-range shot from now to the 17th season, and I don't develop a three-pointer, I don't develop a post-up move, then that doesn't make any sense. You're not learning anything. You're not developing. Right? You're going to be traded constantly, because what value do you bring to your team? You know, nothing. So that's what I'm saying. So there are times that you have to deviate. There are times that you have to hang back. There are times that you need to disappear to reappear. And when you re-emerge, you emerge stronger and different. But still, you have the basics, the fundamentals that will keep, the people who were there from day one with you.
Very good, man. Very good. Well, where you off to next?
New York, there's a party called Shh.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. That's tomorrow, Memorial Monday. Well, actually today.
Yeah.
Right? So
This evening.
yeah, so I'm going to get on that plane. Again, because I've been in a plane every single day from Friday all the way to now. It's part of the occupation.
Right. You were in Orlando yesterday, right? Orlando?
Yes, and I was in Queens. I did an event in Queens on Friday night. I landed in Queens Friday afternoon. Then I did it in the night, flew out in the morning, went down to Orlando, then I came in.
I can see your mileage, boy.
Yeah.
It must be good. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this is MxPrime, Tony Tempo. Man, just mashed up the place in Atlanta. And we'll see you again. Party Caribbean, Tony Tempo,
Party
MxPrime.
Caribbean! Boom!
Peace.